Hold on. Guys, we have a visitor. Oh, fuck. This is gonna be the fucking... Oh, my God. Oh, no.
Sparrow!
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Hey! Let's hear it for Captain America!
Captain Price.
Sergeant Carrick.
You with me?
Nice shot. The name's Rex. You'll call me Captain or Sir. Sir, yes, sir!
Hey guys, and welcome back to the video. I've just decided to make this a full-length video instead of just an intro to a different video. This is going to be sort of a custom showcase of either things I'm working on or things that I've already done, maybe a little bit ago, maybe a while ago. Also, just a couple quick things, you know, just like quick customs I don't want to make a video on, maybe, because it's so similar to stuff I've done in the past, or it's just not, I didn't do enough to make it a full-length video. I just compiled it all here, sort of, so we can all take a look at it today. Some returning customs from other videos, which you'll probably see first, and some are brand new. So one of them I might still make a full-length video on, because it's not completely done yet. I just wanted to show it off, because, I mean, I'm making this video, and it's been on my custom bench for, like, 6 months, so might as well show it now if I never do. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's start off with Darth Revan. Now, this isn't actually a custom. This is just a promotion for my cousin's new podcast he's doing. Link in the description. It's a Star Wars podcast called Revan's Vault. It's just starting out. I think the next episode, as of date of recording, is going to be the 3rd episode of it. So, you know, if it's your thing, go check it out. If not, just forget this segment ever happened. Alright, this is going to be another shout out to a channel called CT99 or Clone Trooper 99. They commented on one of my videos and showed me their amazing custom of Captain Gray and showed me where I could find the STL file to make mine look better, to give them a better looking pauldron right here. And I'm going to be honest, it makes a world of difference. If you don't remember what my original one looked like, you can go check out that video, self-promotion. But if you want to check out what a good one looks like, link in the description to her video as well. And let's move on to the video, finally. So, next up on the chopping block is this custom C-3PO I made. Which this, I actually, was the first custom I made right before my channel started with the Grand Inquisitor. Back on, I think I finished him on November 16th, looking back on it. But this was one that was actually really surprised how well it turned out, because this was really early on in my custom making abilities. As you can see, that is my own 3D printed C-3PO head, which is why it looks a little bad, a little big, and there's a lot of lines in it. But overall, I think it worked great, and I think anyone else can make this too. It's very easy. All I did was cut off the Geonosian droid head and place on C-3POs. Unfortunately, it doesn't make it easier to stand, but is a very quick and easy custom. The head, I don't remember what file I used, but I'm sure you could make a better one for your own printer. Or you could just take, if you have a spare Black Series head that you're gonna use, you could do that. There's a ton of different things you could do better than me. It's just very quick, very easy. You know, just wanted to throw it out there because I actually really like it. I still do. I always have them kind of in the back of my droids just as a subtle little thing. But yeah, I really like it. So let's move on. Alright, now this is actually the Grand Inquisitor. This is the first custom I ever made on this channel. So, if you watch one of my more popular videos, go back and see this piece of shit, you'll know where I came from. Despite all my nasty remarks made towards my earlier customs, this is probably my favorite out of all of them. This, or the Phase 1 Captain Rex, but I've been updating that forever, so it's not really an old custom anymore. This one is, and I actually still really love it. I love all the techniques I used on it. Love the fact that I swapped out the legs for Tarkin's legs and had this top half be Death Star Trooper body. Then I took casted parts from, I think, Twin Suns Customs, and I had to Dremel the body out, had to Dremel the pieces out. It was just a really fun experience making him, and I think it would look 100 times better if I was better at painting faces back then, which I'm still not good at now. I think the best face I painted is Hauser, which I do have a video on if you want to see it, but yeah, the face just isn't that great anymore. And, I mean, obviously it's just sitting loose on there, as you can see, but I like it that way, so you can, like, slightly turn his head, have him like that. Yeah, this was also the first time that I used water slides, which is neat. And it was a whole new thing to learn, which was a little hard. But this custom is relevant now because the Grand Inquisitor is actually appearing in the Kenobi show. And I thought it was a little useful to give kind of my thoughts on his head, because I meant for this to be a realistic interpretation of the Inquisitor. And I have his head elongated, like Revenge of the Sith. I do understand why people would kind of defend it. You know, you can't, like, if you're just translating a character from animation to on screen, it's not going to look completely the same. But the problem, and with Cad Bane, I actually really liked the Cad Bane portrayal. I thought he looked menacing like his counterpart, and I thought he was a good fit, or the way he looked was a good fit for the character. A very westernized style. I actually made custom on him. You can go check that out. I'm going to make a couple more, actually, or I'm planning on it. With different techniques, maybe that I see online. I already have the heads, I just need the bodies. But yeah, I really like the way Cad Bane was portrayed. And with the Grand Inquisitor, I will admit he looks weird. I do have to say, his race is, or the character of the Grand Inquisitor was actually, his species was based off of a species we already seen in live action in Revenge of the Sith, which is why it was so weird to see that they kind of changed that, considering there was already a live action counterpart to be made there. But honestly, I could give a shit less about what the Grand Inquisitor looked like or what Luke looks like. I don't care what they look like in live action. Just because, like, remember when Rebels came out and everyone hated the style compared to the Clone Wars? Like, and now they're comparing it to Rebels because Rebels' style is so good now, apparently. Yeah, I don't care what they look like. I just, just want to see the character interact with other characters, and it doesn't matter what he looks like on screen because they can always change it. Just because it's on screen doesn't mean it's set in stone that it looks that way, you know? Or that looks that way in the actual universe or whatever, I don't know. Because as we already discussed, he looks different in Rebels. His head's more elongated. And so in Rebels, his head is elongated. In Kenobi, it's not. So it's just two different styles of a character, you know. Like in a comic book, you could have the same the same character in two different comic books, but they look completely different because the styles are different. No one complains when the styles are like The Dark Knight Returns. Batman is super thick with like 5 C's. But in all the other comics, he's just kind of like normal sized, you know? But Dark Knight Returns is like one of the best Batman comics out there. So I don't really care that much about what they look like. I do wish that when they translated these characters into live action that they, tried a little bit harder to be accurate to the source material, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The character is gonna meet Kenobi, and that's what people should be excited about, not the way he looks. Those are just my thoughts on it. I know this is a bit long portion of the video. I just wanted to get that out there, okay? I wanted to get that out there. Maybe I'll go back to the start of this and add a timestamp so you can skip it, but yeah, so that's just my thoughts on it. Let's move on to the customs. Sorry about that, guys. Waxer and Boyle. Another couple customs that have been sitting on my bench for a while now. Just because that I've had so many other projects come through, they just kept getting pushed back and back and back and back and back. Same with a couple others coming up. Which I wouldn't even consider these done, because I'm also going, I don't know if you can hear me because I'm getting farther away. I'm also planning on putting a couple different hands on them. And I don't remember which Etsy shop specifically these came from, but it will be in the description. They are 3D printed clone hands. This one has a thermal detonator. As you can see that he's throwing. Another clone up here is actually using one. Not the detonator one, but a different one. I'm actually still painting the back piece here orange. My orange paint's very thin, so you have to apply a couple coats to it. Which is why, again, these took a while too. And some of the paint's still very choppy. Toto just fell down, that's sweet. Some of the paint's still very choppy. Overall, without using decals, I say I did a pretty good job. Not a great job by any means, not my best customs out there, that's coming up. They're just, they're just background characters I can throw behind Cody, my first one Cody up there, which is also not great, so they'll fit in perfectly. So I believe I think these are actually knockoffs, that I got from Etsy, which you can too, but it is the updated articulation, because they took down the other one, otherwise I'd still be using the other one. It was better in my opinion. But these the other one, I think this new body's better, but I like customizing on the old body is what I meant to say. The articulation, the look and feel, I love this body more. Okay, I just wanted to point that out there. But I took the new kind of clone body, Hasbro style clone body, but it is on a knockoff again, and I put on one of the older style helmets because they look better and they look more accurate as well, and I put them on both of them so they would match. I did not do that with that one back there, but we're getting to that one. But I think they look pretty good. The paint could obviously be better. Orange paint's really hard to work with for me. It's not as easy as something like blue paint or anything. So this is just by far easier and better for me. This is by far harder for me. What am I saying? This is harder for me to work with here. Yeah. So I didn't know if I want to show the backs off because they're not great. They are different. I believe they are supposed to look like that, but it's been a while since I painted the torso. What I did was I just painted a very thin layer of orange paint on all the spots that needed to be when I had the reference up. So if I went back to it later down the line, I wouldn't have to look up reference pictures again. So some of the paint detailing might be inaccurate as well. But this one actually was done first, surprisingly, because I think it looks better than the other one. I also really love those tally lines. I did that by hand with a poker, so that's very interesting that they came out so well. I just want to make a comparison before I move on. I did the same technique with this Rex here. I think it came out better on, is that Boyle? I don't know if that's Waxer. I think this is Boyle. So it looks better on Waxer. If I got that wrong, you can flame me in the comments for it. But I believe that is correct. I don't have as much of a connection, full disclosure, I don't have as much of a connection with these characters as some people do. I believe this episode of the Clone Wars, I actually missed when I was a kid. And I only watched it when I went back on it, so I don't have that nostalgia for them. I only have that nostalgia for Captain Rex and Fives and Echo, mostly with 501st. I might have watched this, I might not just have really attached to the characters and remember them all that well. But yeah, that is Waxer and Boyle. Next up here we have Toto 360. This is just a kit that I got and painted up just for my Cad Bane. I never got the Hasbro one because I missed out on it 3 times, which was sick. I was very happy. I've actually glued all of his joints down because I didn't think they worked that well. Besides this one leg, for some reason, I didn't do that. And his head, which can actually still swivel and look up and down and everything. Because that wasn't an issue. All the other joints were super loose, just so you know. If you're planning on getting one because you missed out on it too. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there that I made this. So if you see him on my future Cad Bane projects from now on, you will know where I got him from. That was assuming that people actually watch my videos, which is bad shit crazy. Moving on, we have Darth Maul here. Which I made, if you couldn't tell, a long time ago. I actually don't think I made an Instagram post about this, so I don't know the exact date. But you can just tell from my painting style and the fact that I didn't seal it, sorry, just some black chrysanthemum parts fell over. And the fact, I don't remember what I was saying. I just wanted to showcase him off because this was one I planned on making a video for, and then I kept pushing it back and back and back, and then I made, I don't remember what custom it was, but it completely looked so good, and I just didn't think that this one looked good anymore. But I did want to showcase it and kind of explain of how I made it and what all the pieces I used were. In case you're planning on making a better one, that would be super cool. If you guys have any custom videos, go ahead and tell me to check them out in the comments. I will. Some people out there have really good channels, way better than mine. And I'd love to see them because maybe I can learn something from you, like how I did with CT99 and her amazing clone Pauldron that she made. So, how I made Darth Maul, I'm actually going to use the Darksaber to point at him with. This is the Darksaber from the Mandalorian model kit. So it's all attached. I just put some white paint on here, just as a little bit of detailing so it wasn't completely black. But as you can see, that is the Hasbro Darth Maul head from the Archive Darth Maul. And the body right here is actually the Darth Maul body from the Archive Darth Maul. So as you can see more prominently on the arms, because there's not as much sculpting on there, what I did was I shaved down all the robe detailing. Because I'm a genius, alright? Just hear me out. Instead of getting a new body, I shaved down all the robe detailing, right? And then I sculpted robes back onto him. Alright, are you with me? Are you with me? Alright, so I sculpted the robes back onto him using sculpting clay. And I put armor pieces on his shoulder pads too, instead of 3D printing them, you know, because I'm a genius. And these are actually from the Boba Fett model kit. They're spares, or not, yeah, they're spares from my Boba Fett customs that I just kind of haphazardly glued on to these enormously thick, juicy thighs I gave Darth Maul, because, I mean, everyone knows that he has those. I painted up some of the detail on his belt that he already came with. And I gave him the legs from a stealth suit Iron Man. And then put more sculpting for circles on the sides like he has in the show. So as you can see, this is probably the best custom I've made so far. Super, super good looking. The paint detailing is on par with Hasbro's. Just look at those joints. I filled them in so well. His hands, as you can see, I gave him added articulation. These joints right here where I shaved it down, I did so cleanly and so precise. You can barely even tell how how geometry it is, I guess. You can see some of the fabric still here. That is a detail on purpose. That's why I painted over it. Yeah, just overall a great custom from my past that I never got to show off. Super happy I got the chance to show it off today, and let's move on to another custom. If you guys haven't picked up on my ongoing sarcasm throughout this video, then you are lost. So, this is my new, I believe this is Mixer Custom. I just used, I believe this is actually a knockoff. One of the, either wax or boil was actually a legitimate Hasbro issue. And I do not know which one. So, I believe, yeah, because I think this one, and I got 2 knockoffs, and I think this was one of them. Because I remember the helmet, looking at the helmet and seeing how warped it was, and then going, perfect. So, I ran out of other clone helmets, in reality. But this is what I was talking about with one of the updated hands. I actually, because I'm so smart, I actually took the time to look up what Etsy shop they that I bought them from. But I'm going to put that in the description for you guys to check out. Yeah. So I think I already said that. But yeah, this is very, very simple. Just painted over a Phase 1 Trooper. Didn't even change out the helmet like Waxer and Boyle. But I did give him the sick pointing hand, because this is going to be my pointing trooper. Because look, he's pointing. See? He's like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Yeah, so he's pretty cool. I like that he's pointing. That's like his main feature is he's pointing, right? He's pointing. You know, Waxer, he's known for it. I mean, fuck. The guy, he points all the time. Yeah, you can see he's pointing at that horrendous custom over there. He's like, ew, shoo. And, you know, you guys can't tell, but he's actually pointing at this djarin over here, which is, in fact, up next. Ew. Here we have, oh, wow, my camera's focusing. Whoa. Let's get him closer so that would stop. I didn't want to get him too close, because I don't like my paint job. This is actually the first head I've done in a while, since Hauser, I think. No, I did a Book of Boba Fett one first. This is just really bad. Or I did Cad Bane too, but that doesn't count. He's an alien. I think this is really bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like this at all. I don't think I did a good job on it at all. I don't like it. This is, honestly, it's kind of embarrassing. This is one of my newer customs. Can you believe? I mean, the body looks great. I did such a good job on the body, right, guys? This actually isn't a kit. This is all sculpted. Every single piece, I sculpted it myself and put it all together. It's just very unfortunate that I got a Hasbro issue head here that is just horrendous in its painting. Really need to do a better job on that one, guys. Yeah, I did such a good job on this body. I mean, look at that weathering, just so blatant and out there. Yeah, I think I did a great job, guys. Just the... okay, I can't keep that up. Yeah, I don't think I did that great of a job. The sculpt of the head is great. It's just my paint job that makes it look bad. I think it's mainly in the eyes, or maybe the skin tone. He just looks like a Muppet. He looks like one of the old Muppets that yells at Kermit all the time, tells him he sucks and all that. I don't know what their names are. But it's so long since I've watched the Muppets. I'm not even gonna try. This is just, I just wanted to show it off because I'm not gonna make a video on it, and even if it was more of a custom to make a video on, I wouldn't make a video on it. But even if the head sculpt was beautifully done and perfect, like if I had someone else paint it, I still wouldn't make a video on it because all I'm doing is head swapping, which is not very interesting video. I could just tell you here that I head swapped it, and that would be it. And somehow I still managed to make it a 2-minute and 30-minute segment. Now, last up is actually a custom I'm still working on, and I still might make a video on. The only reason that I was thinking about not making a video on him was how similar he was to my other Captain Rexes in the past, mainly being this one. While I do think he looks way better than the one on the left, he's not done yet. He doesn't have the ammo pouch or anything. They are meant to both be realistic interpretations of Rex. I haven't decided yet whether I'm gonna give him this thing right here. Maybe you guys can put a little more insight down in the comments whether I should do that or not. The antenna, my printer doesn't print that thin very well, so I might just leave him without an antenna, which is very sad. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a place to buy an antenna online, or like a 3D printed antenna. Maybe John Walker, I haven't really looked, I just assume no. But we're getting sidetracked from the custom that I made here. This is a different helmet type than last time. I think it does look better. Not to say the old one looked horrible or looked bad in any way. They both look great. I think this new one looks it's a little more rounder, like up front. I don't know if it translates that well on camera, but the one on the left just kind of is like flat, like he ran into a wall, Wild Coyote style. The other one's more a little more three-dimensional. It kind of struts out, so I think it looks better in that aspect. I also used water slide decals on the helmet, so I didn't have to paint the J guys, and I think that looks 100 times better. I'm so glad that I have 50 of those, because I've already made 50 Rexes, and I guess I'm making 50 more. The Pauldron is actually 3D printed by me, and I do think the Pauldron looks better in aspect to the other one. It is missing the ammo detailing. Again, I'm not fully done yet. The comma also looks better. You can't really see it on this one, but I can turn him around. On the old one, I cut out some cloth and painted the blue stripe on. This newer one, I bought it from eBay shop. And the rest of it's paint detailing. The holsters on the side are from Commander Bly. These ones are actually from Commander Bly. The ones on the left are 3D printed by me. I don't remember what custom it was, but apparently I got some spare holsters at some point. Yeah. So that's, again, it's not done yet. It's just, I just wanted to show it off in case I didn't make a video on it, because I think it looks really good already so far. It's not done. It's going to be at the back of my to-do list until Black Chrysanthemum's done. And we'll see what customs I make next from there. Maybe I'll finally finish Commander Barakara. For a long-time channel subscriber, you'll know the story behind him by heart. I also have an airborne trooper I'm working on, a couple arcane figures maybe, if you guys want to see that. It's mostly a Star Wars channel, but I have strutted into other properties like DC before, and it panned out for me. But yeah, that should be the video there. Just remember to check out CT99 and her Captain Gray video. It's a very good video. And remember to check out my cousin's new Star Wars podcast, link in the description. Who knows, I might be on a couple of the episodes coming up. Who knows? If you want to hear, if you like that whole segment I did with the Grand Inquisitor, you'll love the podcast. That's where he goes more in depth on his views about things like the Grand Inquisitor, and it's just really maybe if I'm on the podcast, I can go more in depth about my views on the Star Wars fan base and other things in the aspect. But other than that, this video is already outstayed its welcome. I doubt anyone in their right mind actually watched to this point in the video. But if you did, I am so grateful for it. Really, really am grateful for, I don't want to say success, but for the kind of support that I've been getting with these videos. I didn't do anything for my anniversary like I was planning. Not really, I guess. But I just wanted to let anyone know who actually watched this, because, I mean, this is going to be a video that, like, you're not, no one's going to look up and find this video. This is going to be for the channel subscribers and the ongoing viewers. So, to all 2 of you, thank you. But no, I really do appreciate it, guys. And that's gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned for Black Chrysanthemum. I am making a Black Chrysanthemum, and I will guarantee it is 100% better than Hasbro's. Goodbye.
Roger, Roger.